Welcome back. We're doing Proverbs 5 today. It's the 5th day of the month. I am ThreePlusKei. I am just an honest Christian here to encourage you to pursue the smile by prioritizing the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education. This space is currently a live stream and it's called the Secret Heart Club. I'm going to sing our theme song and then dip right into Proverbs 5. Here we go. Welcome to the Secret Heart Club, everyone. Does that part to bring love, be loved. Hey, we love Jesus at the Secret Heart Club. I kind of hear it. My foster dad was like, your ukulele is out of tune. I don't know. I hear it. All right. We are going to go over Proverbs 5. It is also the 5th day of the month. I just decided to do this for July. The Lord put it on my heart because I talk about it from time to time, or I might do a day that corresponds, or a chapter of Proverbs that corresponds with whatever random day I'm on. And on the first of this month, I said, why don't we just do it? Why don't we just go for it and go through all 31 chapters of Proverbs? So here we are. So I'm going to read it through Proverbs 5, and then I'll double back with the commentary, and we'll be on our way. Okay. All right. Proverbs 5 talks about warning against adultery. Here we go. My son, pay attention to my wisdom. Turn your ear to my words of insight, that you may maintain discretion and your lips may preserve knowledge. For the lips of the adulterous woman drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil. But in the end, she is bitter as gall, sharp as a double-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps lead straight to the grave. She gives no thought to the way of life. Her paths wander aimlessly, but she does not know it. Now then, my sons, listen to me. Do not turn away from what I say. Keep to a path far from her. Do not go near the door of her house, lest you lose your honor to others and your dignity to one who is cruel. Lest strangers feast on your wealth and your toil enrich the house of another. At the end of your life, you will groan when your flesh and body are spent. You will say, how I hated discipline, how my heart spurned correction. I would not obey my teachers or turn my ear to my instructors, and I was soon in serious trouble in the assembly of God's people. Drink waters from your own cistern, running water from your own well. Should your springs overflow in the streets, your streams of water in the public squares? Let them be yours alone, never to be shared with strangers. May your fountain be blessed, and may you rejoice in the wife of your youth. A loving doe, a graceful deer, may her breast satisfy you always. May you ever be intoxicated with her love. Why, my son, be intoxicated with another man's wife? Why embrace the bosom of a wayward woman? For your ways are in full view of the Lord, and he examines all your paths. The evil deeds of the wicked ensnare them. The cords of their sins hold them fast. For lack of discipline, they will die, led astray by their own great folly. And so ends Proverbs 5. Let's get into the commentary a little bit. Hey, April. April, you're back. Hey, Angela. All right, here we go. Proverbs 5, warning against adultery, verse 1. My son, pay attention to my wisdom. Turn your ear to my words of insight, that you may maintain discretion and your lips may preserve knowledge. Verse 3. For the lips of the adulterous woman drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil. The commentary. This adulterous woman is likely a prostitute. In Proverbs, a prostitute's charm is used as an example of any temptation to do wrong or to leave the pursuit of wisdom. This book includes many warnings against illicit sex for several reasons. One is that sexual immorality of any kind was and still is extremely dangerous. It destroys family life, erodes a person's ability to love, and degrades human beings by turning them into objects of lust. It can also lead to disease and can result in children who are often neglected and made to feel like they are unwanted. Even more importantly, God's law forbids sexual immorality. And there's an article or statistics of statistics, and there are 7 markers of poverty that increase the likelihood that you will remain in poverty. And one of them is having children out of wedlock. And I always found that very interesting. I'm of a certain age and I've been around long enough to know that, indeed, all the behaviors that go with just kind of like frivolous sex or like sex outside of marriage, it doesn't really lead to a satisfaction. And even, I have some friends that are in relationships, long-term relationships, but they're not married. And where they will divulge it, there's either like one party, either my female friend or her boyfriend, one of them actually does want to get married. So even in that, when you have these long-term couples and they're like, we're fine not being married, one of them actually does desire it, and that can damage the relationship as well. And then when you bring kids into it, it's a whole other story because there's not unity and solidity in that relationship. So there's no Jesus in there. Hey, Boston. Hey, Boston. All right. Verse 3. For the lips of the adulterous woman drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil. But in the end, she is bitter as gall, sharp as a double-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps lead straight to the grave. She gives no thought to the way of life. Her paths wander aimlessly, but she does not know it. Now then, my sons, listen to me. Do not turn aside from what I say. Keep to a path far from her. Do not go near the door of her house. The commentary, we should be on guard against those who use flattery and smooth talk. That's what's meant by her lips drip honey, who may lead us or others into sin. Take a detour to avoid conversation with such people if possible. One thing about me is I don't, I receive compliments, but I don't really trust anybody's compliment. I've always said, other than like children or animals. And the reason why is because with children or animals, whatever they're saying has a purity to it. If they like your shirt, they must like your shirt, or if they want to be close to you, it's more about your character. And adults, we can go either way when we're flattering one another, when we're complimenting one another. We may have ulterior motives. Boston says, sorry, I haven't been in the streams. That's okay. You're here now. Continuing on. Keep to a path far from her. Do not go near the door of her house, lest you lose your honor to others and your dignity to one who is cruel, lest strangers feast on your wealth and your toil enrich the house of another. At the end of your life, you will groan when your flesh and body are spent. You will say, how I hated discipline, how my heart spurned correction. I would not obey my teachers or turn my ear to my instructors. The commentary, when temptation strikes, it's too late to ask for preventative advice. When desire is fully activated, people don't want advice. They want gratification. The best time to learn the dangers and foolishness of going after forbidden desires is long before the temptation arrives. Resistance is more effective when you have decided ahead of time what you must avoid. Then, when temptation strikes, you will be less likely to linger around to see what happens. Prepare for temptation by deciding now how you will act when you face it. And that goes for, going on dates or where there might be drugs or alcohol or wherever, because it's all over, right? Wherever there may be a temptation away from the Lord, whatever that thing might be. And we live in the world, right? So these things are going to come up, these instances are going to come up, and it is vital where you can to create and implement a plan to avoid these temptations, to resist them. I just want to encourage you guys to really think ahead, plan ahead in these matters. Verse 14, and I was soon in serious trouble in the assembly of God's people. Verse 15, drink water from your own cistern, running water from your own well. The commentary. Drink water from your own cistern paints a picture of faithfulness in marriage. It means to enjoy the spouse God has given you. In the dry lands of the Bible world, water was precious, and a well or cistern, which is an underground water storage tank cut in stone, was a family's most important possession. In Old Testament times, it was considered a crime to steal water from someone else's cistern, just as it was a crime to have intercourse with another person's spouse. In both cases, the offender endangered the health and security of the family. Verse 15. Drink water from your own cistern, running water from your own well. Should your springs overflow in the streets, your streams of water in the public squares? Let them be yours alone, never to be shared with strangers. May your fountain be blessed, and may you rejoice in the wife of your youth, a loving doe, a graceful deer. May her breasts satisfy you always. May you ever be intoxicated with her love. Why, my son, be intoxicated with another man's wife? Why embrace the bosom of a wayward woman? The commentary. God does not intend faithfulness in marriage to be boring, lifeless, pleasureless, or dull. Sex is a gift God gives to married people for their mutual enjoyment. Real happiness in sex comes when a person decides to find pleasure in the spouse God has given or will give them, and to commit themselves to meeting their spouse's needs. The real danger comes when we doubt that God really knows or cares about what we really need in a marriage relationship. We may then resent his timing and carelessly pursue sexual pleasure without his blessing. I think sex can be like bondage sometimes. For the average person, people are kind of like led by that emotion of lust, and it could just get you in so much trouble. And it's like such an elixir. Lust is such an elixir, and it's so potent and it's so powerful that it will lead you if you're not careful. And then the devil gets to whispering if for people who want to get married, am I ever going to get married? Is this person who I'm with, are they the one for me? Is this the one I'm supposed to be married to? But when you have sex and you bond to them, you might be bonded to not the person you were intended to marry. It's just that your hormones combined and the endorphins and blah, blah, blah. And now you're just bound to this person in an unbiblical way. It's not really worth it, I think. It's not really worth it. I wish I could tell more people about that. Hey, Scott. Scott says, hey, Key, it's 4 in the morning and I'm leaving Germany. Say it in German. I hope you have safe travel, Scott. All right, verse 21. For your ways are in full view of the Lord, and he examines all your paths. Commentary. In contrast to much of what we read, see, and hear today, this passage urges couples to look to each other for lifelong satisfaction and companionship. Many temptations entice husbands and wives to check out or leave altogether when marriage becomes stressful or dull in order to find excitement, pleasure, and release elsewhere. And through easy digital access, pornography has ruined countless marriages. But God designed marriage and sanctified it. And only within this covenant relationship can sex result in real love and fulfillment. Don't let God's best for you be wasted on the illusion of greener pastures somewhere else. Instead, if you are married, rejoice with your spouse as you give yourselves to God and to each other. And I would say, if you're not married, I don't know how to it's not even to young people. It's like to people my age too. Like everyone is like moving toward a sexual relationship. And it's just like I get it. I totally get it. But you're just going to regret it. And even at the end of the day, like sex without being in love if you know, if you're not in love, then it's just like an act and it's pointless and it's not God honoring and you're just going to be empty. And it's just like, why, man? Verse 21, for your ways are in full view of the Lord and he examines all your paths. The evil deeds of the wicked ensnare them. The cords of their sins hold them fast. For lack of discipline, they will die, led astray by their own great folly. And that is the end of chapter 5 for Proverbs. I hope you guys are having a great day. And if you're not, I'll just tell you something I've been doing lately. I used to write all the time, and then I mean, to the point where I would be known as a writer. But lately, for whatever reason, it's been on my heart to record myself telling stories of people that the Lord brought into my life that day. And it's been very refreshing, and I'm not sure why I'm doing this, but I do look forward to looking back at these videos of who the Lord brought to me that day and how it is that they made such an impact, that I just had to record it. I had to record a video about it, Today I bought myself a steak, and there's an older guy right next to me. And long story short, we're both from Chicago, and we're both believers. And so we just kind of talked about that for a little bit. Today's his wife's birthday, so he was getting her a steak, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for the way that the Lord works through other people. I'm very, 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 very grateful for that. Keep that in mind. You could be a kind person too, right? Anyway, I am 3+Kei. I'm just an honest Christian here to encourage you to pursue the smile by prioritizing the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow with Proverbs 6.